Okay, exponential equations are any equation that has an x in the exponent. So therefore, we're going to show you a couple of different ways. We're going to show you a quick way to begin with. Look at our bases here. Our bases are the numbers 2 and 8. If you can ever rewrite the bases to where they're the same, like we know that 8 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 to the third power. Notice now it has a base of 2. So I'm going to rewrite the 8 as 2 to the third power, and it's being raised to the 2x minus 1 power. Reminder, rules of exponents. Anytime you have a power raised to another power, you can multiply those powers together. So now we have 2 to the 3x minus 4 equals 2 to the, make sure you distribute it, 6x minus 3. Once the bases are the same, the only way this can be true, if 2 to a power equals 2 to a power, the only way that can be true is if the powers are equal. So now all we have to do is set the powers equal to each other, solve it like a linear equation. Move my x's all together. I'm going to move my 3x's by subtracting. I'm left with 3x's. I'm going to move my minus 3 by adding. That's equal to negative 1. Last step, divide by the 3, and I get x is equal to negative 1/3. The second one can be solved the same way. Notice we have a 9 here, which we know that 9 is 3 times 3, but it's on the bottom. So instead of 3 to the second power, since it's on the bottom, we're going to rewrite the 9 as 3 to the negative 2. That would bring it to the bottom. The 27 is 3 times 3 times 3, so 3 to the third power. Doing the same thing, powers to powers, we multiply. That's 3 to the negative 2x. The other one is 3 to the 3x minus 12. The only way these can be equal is if the powers are equal. So we're going to take these two powers and say that negative 2x has to now equal 3x minus 12. I'm going to move my minus 2x over here by adding 2x. I now have 5x. Nothing's left on the left side, but I'm going to move my minus 14 over there by changing it to positive 14. Last step, divide by 5, and you have an answer of 14/5. Now, sometimes you can't use this shortcut, like with the next one, but I am going to clean this up to begin with. This plus 6, I know I can very easily move it by subtracting 6. This times 3, I'm going to go ahead and divide by 3. So again, I'm going to subtract 6, divide by 3, and that's going to give me a 6. Now, my answer here, 4 to what power gives me 6, and I can't change those to the same base. I could change 4 to 2 to the second, but I can't change 6 into 2 to any power, so I've got to have another method. And that other method is logarithms. Now, let me remind you about logarithms. The way that you change from one form to another form. If 2 to the third power equals 8, and we know it is, that means that log base 2 of, let me try that again. Log base 2 of 8 is equal to 3. Again, 2 to the third power equals 8, so therefore log base 2 of 8 equals 3. We're simply going to change this to a log form. Log base 4 of 6 is equal to the exponent. The same way we changed here, we're going to change it to a log form. This can be typed straight into your calculator. The log base 4 of 6 can be typed in with the change of base formula as the log of 6. Notice it's a natural or a common log now. The log of 6 divided by log of 4 equals x minus 5. So log of 6 divided by the log of 4 is about 1.292. So I'm just replacing that with what I got on my calculator. Last step, move the 5 over by adding, and you get 6.292 is your answer. Okay, let's try one more of those. Again, first step, we're going to move the 14 over. You got negative 3 to the 2x minus 5 power equals, we're going to subtract 14, so that's negative 43. Now, a very common mistake that we make here, this negative is not being raised to the power. This stuff right here is the only thing that's being raised to a power, so I can move that negative over. It's like a negative 1 times that. So I can move that negative 1 over by dividing, and I'm left with 3 to the 2x minus 5 equals a positive 43. Again, we don't know 3 to what power. We can't change the 43. We can't do anything. So the only thing we can do here is to change it to a log form. Log base 3 of 43 is equal to 2x minus 5. Log base 3 of 43 is going to be typed into our calculator by doing the log of 43 divided by the log of 3, and that's equal to 2x minus 5. So let me type that in, and I get about 3.424 equals 2x minus 5. 2 more steps. To get rid of a minus 5, I'm going to add 5, and that's going to be 8.424 equals 2x. To get rid of the 2, since it's being multiplied, I'm going to divide, and that gives me 4.212 is equal to x.